Hello and welcome back to me. It's been a long time since I've been doing any of these videos. I'm back in my old park again, looking around to see who's around. It doesn't really matter, people won't bother me. It's another hot day, this time in 1st of June rather than in the end of February or whenever it was. Anyway, so I'm just doing a quick video. One of the reasons I'm doing the video is because someone saw one of my videos and connected with me on Substack. So if that's you, thanks. I haven't been able to thank on Substack. I now have a Substack site. What do they call it? Substack. I now have a Substack. Let's call it a Substack. I now have a Substack, and it's called Be Your Plan B. And it's all about money, careers, well-being. It's one of the things I've kind of looked at in different ways for a long time, in terms of what do I have to offer the world. And yeah, I guess that's really my main focal point, because I still work in finance. I still have a background in career coaching and advisory type of thing, and something I want to do more of. And I'm still very interested in well-being. It's an intersection that AI cannot be the voice of reason all the time when you just want a human being to be next to you. So that's really where I'm coming from. And it's interesting because we all kind of walk around in our own little personal silos and live our own different realities and dreams, and none of us knows what's going on in somebody else's lives. There are assumptions, there are expectations, there are presumptions, and I realised the other day that sometimes things are going on that I don't realise. I think I'm repeating myself now. Again, bumping into a few different friends who I didn't realise were out of work. I mean, again, I've been there. I know that you don't kind of plaster on your forehead to say, hey, look at me. I feel slightly less, feel something more inferior. Because that's what it does sometimes when you're out of work and you have to have those awkward conversations. So what are you doing now? Yeah, I'm taking some time out. I'm thinking about my next opportunity. Blah 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 blah. It's code for I'm not working. And when people aren't working, it's also code in their heads. It certainly was in my head, that I'm not productive. I'm not worthy. And it's just a sad indictment on society that shapes us to think that way. And again, I'm not throwing any shade at anybody else, because I've been there and I know exactly what it's like. The thing about AI is great at giving you insights, stories, lots of things. AI is going to be great, but what it doesn't have is that human situation, human history, the relatability. Some people call AI a parlor trick, and some of the stuff that comes out is great, but it won't tell you what it actually feels like to be between jobs, to be disappointed by another interview, to be looking at your bank balance and thinking, I really need to do something about this. That's the kind of thing I feel. Well, hopefully my Substack, and once I'm a bit more consistent on this YouTube, can help provide some support for. The reality is, you're not alone. And it's very easy to say that as a kind of throwaway comment, you are not alone. But it's true. Again, I look around and I don't know what's going on in a lot of people's worlds, but I've been there. And again, I know I may be there again at some point. It's just the way the world works. The world offers us a lot, but promises us nothing. We can't assume that things will be all the land of milk and honey all the time. I'm quite into a lot of Taoism, so Taoism as spelled Taoism, and Buddhist teachings. And I'm going to be reading up more, and I've read different books and listened to different podcasts. But it's that whole principle that good follows bad, follows good, follows bad. So don't get too attached to any outcome, because things will get better, and then things will get worse, and things will get better. And again, a lot of people can intellectualize what I'm saying, but the reality is very true in terms of, I guess, my personal experience. I'm not saying I'm any guru, but I like to think that I have experienced a few things in life and can relate to my experience. My experience is, do not get attached to things that are too good or too bad, because it's a cycle of life. Nothing's promised to us, nothing is guaranteed. So so this is my 6 minutes looking around. Lovely weather, but I know in a few weeks' time it'll either be too hot or too wet, the cycle of life. So hopefully this has been a useful few minutes of chat. Look for my Substack, Be Your Plan B. I'll try and write more about how I navigated unemployment, how I think about navigating the world going forward, particularly as AI will force unemployment of people who thought that their jobs were secure. You know, the world doesn't work that way, and how and how we can all kind of work together to navigate change. So yes, sign up for my Substack. It's free, and the person who saw my previous videos did actually offer to subscribe in terms of a paying subscription if I do ever get round to doing that, which is nice. But yeah, just sign up for free. You know, make some comments, make some thoughts. Again, it's all about having a plan B. We all need a plan B. So think about what you could do today just to move you towards having some security for the future. And again, this is not some overnight it's not going to be some magic wand. It's not some panacea for what's going on in the world, but at least have some security, even if that is saving a few extra dollars today that you hadn't thought about saving, speaking to somebody at a networking event, which could be useful for you in a future time. Training, go online, look on Udemy, look on Coursera, all these online course providers, see what you can learn that could be useful in the future. Again, this is, evolution, not revolution. You're not going to become perfectly positioned today, but at some point you may need to have that extra cash that you've saved, that extra contact that you've networked with, that extra skill that could make you either more employable or able to generate an income in some shape or form. So that's the kind of thing I'm personally trying to do. Hopefully go to a networking event tonight. I've started on a course, I'm doing 2 courses now. One is one on career coaching. Again, I've already done career coaching in practice, but I want to keep my skills relevant, so I'm upgrading there. The other course is Rebel Finance School. I've mentioned it in the past. It's about getting on top of your personal finances. We all have our blind spots. We all have our insecurities. It's a very welcoming community. You can find them on Facebook, and it's free. It's a free course. It's a free YouTube course. It starts today, June the 1st, so look for that. But again, I'm just trying to keep myself ticking over so that I'm prepared for whatever life throws at me, and life will always throw things at you, because that's life. Okay, that's me, end of waffle. So like and subscribe, join me on my journey, and see you next time. Hopefully not 3 or 4 months time, because that's how long was, I think, since my last video. Anyway, bye for now.